Welcome back, David Heurtel, in for Aaron and Natasha. Well, we spoke about this with you. We took your calls and texts about this a few minutes ago, and how the 911 caller situation is dire right now. Without additional funding, a catastrophic outage could break out in call centers across Quebec. André Ouimet is the vice president of the Federation of Pre-Hospital Employees of Quebec, the union that represents health and emergency service dispatchers. He says staff shortages have impacted the quality of work he and other dispatchers are able to do, and that conditions are continuing to get worse. He joins us now. André, thank you very much for taking the time this afternoon.
Well, you're more than welcome, and thank you for inviting me.
We spoke about this earlier this afternoon. A lot of callers, a lot of texts expressing support for your situation, you and your fellow union members. Tell me more about how bad things are. I mean, what's the day-to-day life of a 911 dispatcher?
Well, since COVID, we've been trying to, but, it's an employee's market right now. And the salary of an EMD, emergency medical dispatcher, that is starting in this kind of job is an average of $21 per hour.
$21 per hour, that's the entry-level salary of a dispatcher.
For taking a stress call, people that are having a heart attack, a pregnancy, finding a friend who hanged himself, working 7 days a week, day, night shift, weekends. So, if you have the choice to work either at a donut shop, which will pay you about the same price, or working for the 911, where you'll be more than put on to the stress, the choice is quite easy. So we've been having problem hiring people. We've been having problem keeping those people. And what it ends to is that, like, let's see, this Saturday, we're going to be short of 2 call takers on the floor. So what does it do? As you dial 911, well, instead of being answered within 8 or 9 seconds, it might take 30, 45 a minute, just to get the call in. And minutes are very important as a heart attack. The first 10 minutes are most critical.
Yeah.
So those seconds count.
Yeah.
And what we're saying to the government, we're tired. We're doing overtime, but at a certain point, we're beginning to fall down. During COVID, the Prime Minister called us his angels. We worked like crazy. But now, the government doesn't listen anymore and doesn't want to hear from us. And so we're short-staffed. And it's like that across the province. Montreal, the South Shore, the North Shore, it's like that everywhere. That's how bad it is.
And are you like in the same situation, for example, as nurses? Do you have like forced overtime? Okay, you're in the same situation.
We could be forced to work 16 hours straight.
Are you serious? So you're forced.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, 16-hour shifts.
Yep. And what we do, we've got a good team in up north. So we're about 40 dispatchers. So what we do, we try not to do 16 hours. So we try to split the shift. I do 2 hours, another one will do 2. And so, but adding that every week, you can do mistakes. You're tired. A month ago, I did over 50 hours of overtime over 2 weeks.
And so is it just a money issue, or is this just nobody out there to take this kind of work? I understand the money situation. I'm not trying to reduce it, to be reductive, but is it also a problem with just recruitment? Is there the labor shortage? Is it beyond money? That's my question.
It's sorry to tell, but in 2022, it's what attracts the future employees is money. So if at least we had something to, beat the concurrence,
the competition,
would be attracting them.
But you're right, $20 an hour. McDonald's offers that now, right?
Right. And like I said, we're taking stress call. People are calling us not to ask us for the weather. I mean,
No.
Friday I got a call. The lady, 43 years old. She had a heart attack. She was unconscious. Luckily, we started the compression rapidly, and the panics were there soon. And today she's walking and she's alive.
Wow.
But
so what kind of training do you get? I mean, or what kind of support? I mean, what does it take to be a 911 responder like that?
Well, I mean, it doesn't fit for everybody. I would say that out of 4 employees that we get every month, every 2 months that we're starting to train, that we're probably going to keep just one, because you have to be cold-blooded. You have to be calm. You have to, you have to know your protocols. I mean, you learn things in school, but most of the formation is done on site, because it's really a specific job. Like I said, we're only probably 400 to 500 in the province. And most of the people that are doing this job, it was not their primary. They just fall as an accident. They got that job.
Okay, and one texter wrote to me that sometimes some of these responders need therapy to deal with everything they go through, the stress, the experiences they go through, and there's no services provided by the employer.
The employer provides the service, and more likely for the past few years, but at least once every 2 or 3 months, we got one employee that is on leave for sick because he had a tough call.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the 22 years, I got a few calls I could talk to you about that. I remember exactly what I was doing, and when a certain doctor when he took his kid's life, I remember exactly what I was doing because I was there when it happened. And but those calls keeps turning into my head,
Of course, you can't forget that. No. And so, what is the government? What's going on? I mean, what are you asking? You're asking for $25, $30? What are your demands, and what is the government saying?
We're asking for a decent salary, a salary that is exactly what about the responsibility that a dispatcher is having. It's not normal. We're starting at 21. Last week, a friend of mine who works with me, who has 20 years of experience, quit the job to go and work for the police, because as a starting salary for the police, she was getting $30 an hour.
As a dispatcher.
As a dispatcher. I mean, why are other dispatcher who's doing about the same job? I mean,
and what's the government saying? What's the government saying, Andre?
Government. Last week we had a meeting, and they offered us 2% for 1 year, which is 2022. But they haven't fixed 2020 and 2021 yet, and now they're offering us 2% till next April. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, if we were those angels, come and sit down and talk seriously about the jobs we're doing.
And you're an essential service, so you can't strike, right?
No, we can't strike. And we're the first responder. When you dial 911, I mean, I'm the one you're talking to. I'm the one who's going to tell you to do CPR. I'm the one who's going to tell you how to deliver your wife's baby, or how to deal with your kid's seizure.
And so how close are you? Because we saw in the news reports, the CTV News Montreal reports, that you're showing an incident where nobody would answer a 911 call. And so how close are we to that situation?
I mean, we're not so close to that, but we're close from delays, like I said.
Long delays.
Last week, I've seen 2 minutes. 2 minutes, because on our screen, we see when there's 911 online waiting, and we try to move with the call we're doing, but you're gonna have some delays. And it's
Andre,
fun.
yeah, Andre, that's all the time I have. I wish you good luck. Thank you for your service, first of all, you and your fellow employees, because you provide an amazing service. I thank you for that, and I wish you good luck with the government negotiations, and I thank you for your time this afternoon.
Well, thank you, Mr. Heurtel. It was a pleasure.
André Ouimet, Vice President at the Federation of Pre-Hospital Employees of Quebec.